So I've been thinking a lot about spiritual practice as a means of preparing for death, and that if you believe in reincarnation, that it would probably be a good idea to begin planning for your next life or your next lives. And we have such an emphasis placed on things like 5-year plans and New Year's resolutions that, given that it is kind of around New Year's time, I would like to introduce the concept of a 100-year plan or a 2,000-year plan, where you actually plan out your daily actions, you plan out your code of conduct in such a way that you are setting yourself up for a good death. You're setting yourself up for a moment, if you are lucky enough to get like a moment where you're able to clearly look back on your life in death, assuming it's not just like random and sudden, but that you know that you're going to die. I think that the number one like implicit rule in life is to set yourself up in such a way that at that moment you feel good, at peace, and as though everything is happening the way that it should, and that you did what you came here to do. And I feel that the way that we condition our spirit and the way that we condition that which passes on into the afterlife, and the way that we determine the trajectory of our soul, is by actually abiding by certain values. Values like compassion, values like love, nonviolence, etc. And I think that the religious teachings in Buddhism, like the Eightfold Path of Buddhism, that's an excellent system for setting yourself up for a good next incarnation. I believe that the Ten Commandments of Christianity are an excellent guide to life. I believe that there are, many other things that I'm kind of blanking on right now, and other systems that are great. But I think that there are these infinite games, the infinite game and the infinite investment that is love and abiding by good ethics and being present and being of service to others, that cultivate like an overall just generative good energy. And I believe that the opposite of that is actually delusion, confusion, and illusion. It's not evil per se, but it is just purely distracting and illusory in nature. And it serves one function, and that function is to take you off of the path, to actually tempt you with just whatever it takes to get your attention away from feeling your heart, from being present with what you actually need to be present with. I think that this is a very clear way to understand life and to understand your path, is that there are essentially two forces. There's love and there's delusion. Or rather, there's love and then there's distraction. And that to live in accordance with a good moral or ethical system or code of conduct is completely and totally necessary. Completely and totally necessary. I think that there are many sentiments that have been espoused that have become popular and implicit within the way that many people think. Sentiments that have as their core point or core idea that morals, ethics, right, wrong, good, and bad are somehow arbitrary human constructs. I do not believe that this is true. I believe that there is good and that there is bad, and that anyone who says otherwise, I do not believe is being fully honest, because what you will find is that upon questioning these people, they do in fact have a preference for good things over bad things, and that these things are actually not not just human constructs. I mean, to call something a human construct as a means of claiming that it is less real than something else is also kind of faulty, because, you know, you're a human construct. I am a human construct. We are all constructed by humans, right? So that's what I have to say about ethics, morals, and dying.